I can't do a long live stream because my window is 12 to 2 that they're supposed to send in the crew that will evaluate the damage to my bathroom, my downstairs neighbor's bathroom, and bring in fans, dry us out, everything that needs to happen from this plumbing emergency. But I just saw that Mr. Snowflake has released episode 4. I know she's been acting crazy, crazy over the last couple of weeks because she knew it was going to come out. And it's going to have some of the worst bullshit ever about her, right? So, the members only content, they get to see it today. The rest of us get to see it later. Also, she put out another mukbang where she was just rambling, telling a story about something that she completely made up. Some sort of story that was like, my mom and I moved to an apartment and had this occasion where a dude knocked on the door and said there was another dude outside that was pacing outside. And when she said, her mom said, well, my husband's going to come home soon, he backed off, right? Like, he fucking left. I honestly feel that she lifted that from the story that I told about the Night Stalker coming to Mission Viejo. When I said that, because she said she was 8 when that happened. I think I was 9 or 10. I know I was in the 4th grade, so I was either 9 or 10 when the Night Stalker came to Mission Viejo and raped and killed people off of Crescenta, which is a street right off the 5 freeway. But he had attempted first to get into a different house. And he was unable to get into that house. But the boy that was in the garage hiding from him, who is roughly my age, maybe just like a couple of years older, got a description of his car and a partial on his license plate. So he was able to call that information into 911, and that was the information that broke the case. He got caught because that information got publicized all over the news. And I have a friend who dated him, who dated that guy. I haven't been in touch with her since beauty school, but like, yeah, I know somebody who dated him. But he was pretty close to me in age. And yeah, that's the story I told. It's much more interesting than the bullshit. Oh, there was a dude pacing in front of our apartment. I'm supposed to get this work crew here at any minute so that they can dry out my master bedroom bathroom. And they're supposed to be doing the downstairs as well, the my neighbor's downstairs, because of the leaky tank. Anywho, I was watching all of that. We got a lot of hog drivers around here, you guys. So uh, I am about to a place where I have to make a decision about my future because workers' comp ends for me at the end of June. And I need a final decision on the status of my condition. And I don't know what they're going to say about me. Like, I still really struggle with walking, you know? Um, I really struggle with walking. It's very painful for me, and I go through pain cycles where, like, part of the month is harder than the other part of the month. Like, right now, I'm coming into a part of the month where it's getting a little bit better. But even just like a week or two ago, it was so severe that it was really hard. And I'm still kind of in a place where I need to take naps because of the pain, you know. But um, because I'm able to eat, I'm no longer throwing up. So I don't have to take the medication that they gave me for to prevent me from throwing up because that's not an issue for me anymore, and I'm able to keep things down. And I'm almost done with all my Chinese leftovers, by the way. Which, by the way, I know she was so goddamn jealous of that. That's why she sent trolls to my channel while I was doing that Chinese mukbang because she doesn't want any competition, right? Like, I'm not going to be doing that all the time. That's not my bag. That is not my bag. But I had at least two trolls on that live stream, and one of them said, "Are you trying to take away her title?" Well, she's got like 102,000 followers, and she's fat as fuck. So, no, I'm not trying to take away her title. But I do think that it's important to show what healthy eating looks like. What it looks like to actually go to a Chinese place and not actually order any rice with your meal. To order, because, okay, so all these Chinese places, they serve everything up as family style. So when you order something, it is fucking huge. But they give you a plate to serve it out because the intention is that you are probably going to be there with other people and share it, right? I do not have a pimple on my nose, by the way. I'm just like, I have dry skin. So, anyway, she sent trolls to me while I was doing that mukbang. And one of them was like, "Are you trying to take her title away?" What do you mean, dude? I'm eating healthy food. So I had scallops and black bean sauce. I had Chinese broccoli in oyster sauce, and I had a cup of egg drop soup. And I had green tea, right? That was my meal. And I portioned it out on my plate for like an actual dinner serving. Everything else was packed up as leftovers, and I still have a little bit left, which I'm going to eat for dinner today. That was 2 days ago. I've been working through that food for 2 days since Monday. So today's Wednesday, right? Anywho, she's constantly on my ass like that. And she's stealing my stories, and she's stealing Frenchie's stories. And, She's going around. I think she stole Kidney J. Is that the channel? She's stolen some of her stories. I can't stay on long because I am expecting a work crew to come in. But it's quite amazing that she basically watered down my Night Stalker story for her latest mukbang, you guys. Are you for real, Chantel? Come on. I've been telling the Night Stalker story for decades because it happened to me in like 83 or 84, somewhere around there. It was like before you were born, girl. Um, that my entire community changed because we were a community that did not. We kept our windows open. We didn't lock our doors. We didn't feel compromised. And when he showed up on Crescenta in Mission Viejo, our entire worlds changed. Everybody started locking everything. And these are a lot of houses too where none of us really had air conditioning back then. So it was important to be able to keep our windows open. I did not have air conditioning from the time I was born until 2000. And that was when I permanently moved out. Like I had moved out before a couple of times, but I didn't have air conditioning in those units either. But the first time I got air conditioning, it was a wall unit. It was not central air. It was not great, right? But that was the first time I had it. And it was in 2000. That was the first time I really got cable, too, by the way. Like, I grew up without these things. Everybody else, like, had this shit just on the regular. She's constantly complaining about her youth. And I'm fairly certain she had. God damn, you guys. um, she's constantly complaining about negligence, about not having things, but she talks about having trips, like family vacations, about being well fed, obviously, and doing all these things. I didn't have that, Chantal. Like, literally, my mom portioned out 2 activities for me and my brother. I got dance lessons, and then once I won Dancer of the Year in 87 from the studio that I was dancing at, she told me that it was my brother's turn to have an activity, and she wasn't going to pay for my dance lessons anymore. So she killed any chance that I would have had at like dancing. And that was my dream. Like everybody's got a childhood dream of what are you going to do when you grow up? I wanted to open a dance studio. That was totally my dream. She killed my fucking dream and said that she was going to pay for diving lessons for my brother instead. My brother was doing very well. He was like Olympic worthy talent for diving. And he was training with the same people who trained Greg Louganis. Because, he's from Laguna Beach. But then he was so immature and so fucking stupid that he decided to play tag with a girlfriend and thought that he could jump off of an upstairs balcony down below, and like everything around here has a cement foundation. Nothing is raised up, it's not wood, it's all cement foundations. He thought, I will just jump off this balcony and roll. And what ended up happening is that he, his Achilles tendons pulled up so hard on his heels that they cracked both heels. And he ended up in casts for an entire year, double casts for an entire year. And that was the end of his diving career. And I look at that and I'm like, well, that sucks for you. But at the same time, I'm like, I lost my dance lessons for this bullshit. Like, what an asshole. He's constantly doing shit like that. I mean, oh, mm, mm, mm. Anywho, I gotta get off live because they're supposed to be here any minute to fan out the bathrooms of both units and assess the damage. I kind of feel like it hasn't been going on that long because my neighbors only noticed it on Monday night. And I don't use that part of my condo all that often. So I don't know how long the leak has been going on, but we'll see. We'll see how severe the damage is. They told me that, so I got like a $500 deductible on this bullshit. But on top of that, they said that I have to pay for the toilet repairs. But then everything else, like anything to do with the floor, the ceilings, all of that, they will cover. Um, However, they did tell me that the estimate that the original plumber that came in from the HOA, he quoted me $425 for the repair on the toilet. She told me the adjuster said I could replace the entire toilet for $200. He's full of shit. So, I guess we're going to see what happens. She is going to provide me with some recommendations. And as it stands right now, the water is just turned off in that particular bathroom. I have water everywhere else. And we got to just like work through this and, get it fixed. But I don't think I'm going to cover that mukbang. I haven't been covering her mukbangs lately because they're gross. They're gross. And that's not something I particularly want to share on my channel. However, Are You Serious just covered it on a live. That's where I watched it. And that's where she told the made up story of some guy pacing outside of her apartment. I don't believe that for a second, Chantal. Not for a second. I think that you have been going through my lives and you saw me talk about how the Night Stalker came to Mission Viejo. That's my 2 cents. Especially since you keep sending trolls to me every time I go live, right? You trying to take her title away? First of all, I would never do that kind of damage to my body, Chantal. But anytime I eat on camera, I still look better than you. And I don't make the weird mouth sounds. So you can be as weird as you want. Apparently, you've got some sort of audience that's paying you for it. Go for it. All right, kids. I gotta wait. I might do some stuff later, but like, I gotta wait for the work crew to show up.